Good morning, everybody. The CR&E Morning Brew, November 3rd. First show of November. How is everybody? Can everyone hear me, first of all, and see me? Having some issues coming on with my sound in that, so just if you don't mind giving me a heads up. I see John, I see Wigwag, John Scullykill, I see Wigwag, Train Freak Productions, Jason, John Benicki, how are you? See Road Darrow, what's up, buddy? Great show last night. I don't know how long you guys ended up going for, but I was in there for a good hour and a half or so, and you guys are still going strong. Kind of left it playing, but I fell asleep. So I don't know what time you guys quit. Um, yeah, great show. Had fun. Great topics. Let's see what else we got in there. Jim Tedesco, good morning. And Stephen. ELDSP45, Gary. What's your name? Chris, Tennessee River Union Railroad, good morning. Bikram CSX, good morning to you, sir. Ron Montague, good morning. Let's see, did I miss anybody? Artie, there's Artie. What's up, buddy? Time is it over there? I know it's not morning. Joe Rader. How's it going, buddy? There's Wilmer. Hey, good morning, Wilmer. Yeah, good little crew in here. Yeah, man, I gotta tell you, I missed you guys last week. October was a weird month for me. I had ended up having to work last Thursday, so obviously I wasn't here. Then a couple of Thursdays prior to that, before that, I had to take my wife for that procedure, and it was weird. I missed the show when I don't get to do it. So thank you guys for coming back in, hanging with me, and being understanding. I do appreciate it. Got the same Canadian Pacific stack train I was running last night on Cab Crew Wednesday. You guys ever? I know you guys are all basically been in there, but you haven't been in there. Check that out. It's on Derail Darrow's channel. It is at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a great show. Talk about whatever. Usually about an hour roughly in, we'll bring up other guests on live. It's a good time. Good time. So for those of you that think, like I said, I think you guys have all been in there. Hey, Trero, Darren, boy. For those of you guys that have, most of you guys have been in there already, but if you haven't, check it out. It's a good time. I was just talking to Darren actually this morning, B&H Railroad, saying he's having a hard time finding cork as well. I know that was a topic last night, cork roadbed. He said the one place wanted $78 for a box. I don't know if that was with shipping or not, but holy mackerel. So yeah, I would definitely start looking into like the sheet cork off like Amazon and places like that, or rolled cork. I don't know if I could get to my roll. Let's see if I could get it easily. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Not too bad. Not too bad. It wasn't too buried. You know, and this isn't super cheap. I mean, I can't remember what I paid for this. I cut this for the parking lot over there. Actually, with the cork, roughness, it almost gives you the look of asphalt, really. And the thickness of it is almost as thick as roadbed. And this was from, I think, Michael's, because I have one right around the corner. This is 28 by 48, and it is 4 millimeters thick. So that's what I use. The only thing with the rolled cork is it's rolled. So you want to be careful when you unroll it so you don't accidentally crack it. And you have to weigh it down when you glue it. So, my cork roll bag just waiting. Yeah, that's good. I know I have about a box. I think I do have I might have 2 boxes. I can't remember now. Oh, thank you, Darren. You're a super sticker. You didn't have to do that, buddy. Appreciate it, though. Really kind of you. I forget the guys could do that stuff. To be honest with you. Just over here. Keep it all roll away. Because when I originally did the track plan, I planned for the amount of track and the amount of cork I was going to need. Plus, I saved a lot of that old cork from the old layout, so hopefully that will work if I need it. I'd save that for yards and stuff. Yeah, last thing here. I guess I saved all that old stuff thinking, maybe I might need it. Worst case, I could use that in the yards even, or for like sidings. I got my Old Bailey Model Railroad Cup. I know I did a little video on it, but that's what I'm drinking out of today. Very nice cup. Good job, Rick. It's really cool. I like that QR code. You could scan that and honestly it'd take you right to his channel. I thought that was ingenious. So let's see what happens. Oh no, what happened? That's the Norfolk and Western one, ain't it? Front and the boiler's all busted up. It could have been worse, but not an easy fix. Yeah, so what happened there? Hey, Anthony Dodge, how are you, sir? And there's no injuries, so that's good. On board instead of cork for some applications to save money. Well, yeah, I mean, apparently it's expensive right now. But yeah, actually, we were talking about that on the show last night too. Daryl, hi, Verse Syracuse Real Fan Productions, 4040. Good to have you in here. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that. No, but Daryl uses, what did I do with that? Stand by. I feel like I'm always getting up and walking away from you guys. I still have a piece of that. Where did I put it? Yeah. So yeah, when I was doing the candy factory back there, I was talking to Daryl, and Daryl was giving me some good advice, and I was like, to buy kits and stuff was just so expensive, and I wasn't finding what I was really looking for because I didn't want like a brick factory, and all your background buildings are brick. But I did, when I went to Strasbourg, DJ's trains, had a whole bunch of different sheets of plastic, different type corrugated, brick, all kinds of stuff. So I bought a couple of big 10 by 14 sheets of corrugated material. But anyways, that's part of the story. But it's, the 1/8 inch board. And so what Daryl uses for his parking lots. Obviously not the rough side, but the clean side. I got terrible lighting in here for some reason today. So, Lee, hey, Randall. So, the factory basically was like this. It's the wall, and one lower, one taller, but I cut these wrong. So these are scraps, basically. But I just took, like up here, I did the corrugated material, and then down here, I spaced it out and drew pencil lines, make it look like those concrete slabs for those tilt-ups. He does that with a lot of his buildings. Saves a lot of money. I cut a couple of strips here, added them in, and took some angled plastic and just put like an end cap on there. Or I have to, but I did. And it look a little different, a little better. Duane, good morning. So, anyways, but he cuts and uses this for his roads, parking lots, which I thought was a really good idea. Hi, Heath. So I thought that was a really good idea as well. I might start looking at doing that. I use that Silly Winks foam sheet, and that's been working out really good for me. And for Code 100, it fits right in between the tracks really well for crossings. But I know I'm kind of rambling on, but just kind of thinking of some other ways to do instead of using cork. Because for some reason, I guess it's really expensive right now. I'm glad I bought it when I did. I bought it when I did. Once I got the track plan pretty much finalized, I went ahead and bought. It was expensive, don't get me wrong, but not this expensive. I think I paid about 30 to 35 a box for the cork, which is pretty normal. And I bought it through Planet Hobbies, Iron Planet Hobbies, with Heath's code HUMAN. You get free shipping and 10% off. So I did that, and I bought track. So I think I bought 4 boxes of each. Not to mention the track that I saved, which I've used almost all of that, like in my yards. And I used, and I saved all the cork. I haven't really used much of the cork yet, though. Oh, they do. They placemats too. Okay, that I was not aware of. But I know, I know Jason does all the soundtracks decoders, but he's even told me that he can't even get the decoders. Like, I asked him first. I thought maybe he'd be able to get a better price, or maybe I don't know if he gets anything for selling any of their products. But even he recommended me just going there because of the discount and everything. So, Iron Planet Hobbies for like decoders and that. And they carry a lot of NCE stuff, a lot of like DCC stuff in general. And that's mostly what I bought from them, cork and DCC stuff. I haven't really bought freight cars and things like that, buildings and stuff. But I haven't really looked to see what they've had either. So I probably should look at that. So I guess I ought to read my chat and see if is there any other conversation going on besides what I'm rambling on about. Hi, John, 2618. Good update there the other day. I was watching it on my TV, so I didn't get to comment, but I did give you the thumbs up on it. You're making some nice progress. It's looking really sharp. It really is. I love how, and that's my goal down here, is to make it look like the room is finished as well as the layout, It's a nice piece of furniture in the room, basically. And that's what you've achieved there. So kudos to you. It's coming along really nice. Absolutely. I think it was good to have you up on the show last night too for a little bit. It was good to see you. Soundtracks decoders. I can't compete with brick and mortar store as they get bigger discounts from soundtracks, but I can tell you what you need if you need help. Our circuits and custom signals, I can. So Our circuits and custom signals, you can compete, but not so much with soundtracks because of they get bigger discounts. Probably because of the quantity they buy, I would assume. Yeah, I forgot. We're trying to get that name to stick. Real Serve John instead of John 2618. Oh, I'm jealous, man. I got away from trying to do any of that kind of stuff, signaling and stuff. So, good morning, Bernard, and good morning, Ray. Ray Bertelson. Good morning. Good morning, Bernard. Oh, that's okay. Appreciate you stopping in to say hello. And I gotta say, I missed not being here last week. First of all, I don't usually work those days of the week, and I did that for a reason because they are traditionally been the worst days of the week, as far as the schedule goes, the surgery schedule. I mean, and yeah, it's fine. I made it work out in my favor, because that's just how I do. That's how I roll, man. Um, yeah, should for the most part be back on normal schedule. Now, being uh, November now, I don't know what that's about, Artie. Go back there and see. I missed something. Hmm. Yeah, I know you were having some issues with the computer last night. Is that still stemming from that, you think? The laptop is still okay. Looks like I'm finally getting my gigabit internet set up this week. 1 gigabyte per second download times 35 mega. I don't know what any of that shit means. Upload. I wish the upload was faster though. Okay. Sure. Sounds like a good deal for the most part. Sounds like it's going to be better for you. Train Freak, Train Freak says it's best, he's able to get. So there you go. John, are you going to by chance do a video on how you're doing those signals and stuff? Like step by step. That's what I really need. Somebody to simplify the hell out of doing like signaling. Um, I guess mainly. I don't know that I'm going to run things off of JMRI. I want it set up that way eventually. I do have a bunch of BD20s in. I have an AU10678, what the hell it's called. AU1 for the block, the BD20s. I just don't have anything hooked up in the JMRI. And honestly, it's because of this computer. The good news is, though, the wife, when she was staying, then when they were, with the showstopper and everybody staying home, she's still home. They're all staying home. I just want to snort at you here, but Buzzy. I saw that comment. Anyways, so she bought a new computer, and it's been about when was 2020, right? So going on 2.5 years. So she just upgraded to a new computer, through her company and everything. So they said once in a while they're allowed to upgrade. So I'm going to take the 2.5-year-old computer and get rid of this one here. Well, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to dump everything I can off of it. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll use this computer I'm using now strictly to run JMRI. I'll use my other computer that she's given me when she gets the new computer and the laptop. And maybe I'll be able to use that to do more of the live streaming. Maybe I'll be able to use more than 3 cameras and stuff because I think it's newer. I think it's got better, I don't know, storage and all that all the things I think it needs. We had talked about just having me buy my own instead of her upgrading, but I just thought that was more important for her because it's for work, I'm using it to play with my toys, you know what I mean? So it just was more important for her to have the upgraded computer for work. And doing a video. No, it's not a full signal system, so those will show approach when the block is clear, red when something's in the block, or hidden track between those. Okay. Yeah, because once I put up my like all my divider, what do you call it, backing board for the backdrops and stuff, like I'm not going to be able to see the other side of the peninsula from where I'm sitting. So it'd be nice to be able to have this up, showing, everything and where it's at, going through the blocks. It's not the most huge layout. It's all in the same room, but with the divider down the peninsula, it does kind of act as if it's a separate room in a way because I can't see over there. Yeah, go get him. Get that kid. Move it. Kitty 20s go quicker than hot donuts with cops and coffee breath. What's wrong? You mean to go bad? Hi, Digger. Unfortunately, I can't tag anyone. That's okay, man. Appreciate it. Two ads pictures. Yeah, honestly, I just need something. Well, I guess I would like it to communicate to JMRI when I do get to that point. So I'm trying to set things up, for that when I get there. So it's already ready to go. But I just don't think I'm going to have enough, like whatever with this computer. I just feel like it is, it's a good, let's see. She said that one 2.5 years. So this one's at least that old. She probably had it a good 3 to 4 years before that. So I'm going to say it's at least 5 to 6 years old, I'll say. Maybe a little bit older. It's a good computer. It's a little Dell. I mean, it works. It's fine. It's just I have no room in it. It can't update anymore because I have too much crap in here. So I need to, I guess, get, I don't know, what do you get? Some of those memory sticks or something to load stuff onto? Because I'm super old school. I don't know, I don't think I have like a hard drive thing to connect to this to load it onto a separate disk or something. Beautiful kitchen showcase miniatures. One's a G-type. Yeah. Hey, so what are those signals I bought from you? Those Atlas? How did I even put those signals? I got to get things figured out down here, man. I got so much stuff everywhere. Oh, here they are. Oh, these are BLMA. These are my signals. When Jason upgraded to his other system, for different signals or whatever, he offered these to me. So I snatched them up. There, come on. Dual head left hand block signal, modern style. to see that or not. I'm in too much of a glare. There's a single head. Glare, terrible glare. Pick about 4 of them off of them. Another single head. 3 single heads and a double head. And oh, there's another one in here. Another double head left hand. I got them. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing with them. So that's where the problem lies. They're very nice and they're modern, so they will work with what I'm doing. Again, I just have to figure out how to make them work. These are the BLMA models, so I don't know if there's anything special I need to do with that. Yeah, this signal system, you can still use those signals. Hey, Artie, if you have a link or anything to that system, because you've talked about it several times, can you send it to me so I see everything you bought for it? Because I don't know. I never know what I'm buying, man, and then I end up buying the wrong thing. I can't tell you how many times I bought the wrong stuff, and then it was like I waste my money because it's something I can't really use or make use of, and then it's just a waste. And that was kind of what was happening to me for a while when I was first building. I was building and trying to set all that stuff up at the same time, which is smart, don't get me wrong, but it was really taking away the time I needed to focus on the actual building of the bench work and laying track and all that stuff. So, I mean, I was doing it smart by trying to hook all that up as I went. Yeah, I really want to get the signals. I think it just adds that extra realism and fun to it. And I really want to do it. I guess I'm a little gun shy and I just don't really understand it well enough. I don't know. I thought about doing just instead of hooking it in with like all the BD20s, which I already did. I think it still works. I don't even know. Doing like sensors and just having them change like when the train gets into the sensor block or whatever, and the signal changes, then it goes back and it's not hooked in the JMRI, but it's kind of cool to see as it's passing through. I thought about doing that. Hi, James. I didn't say hi to you. Hi, I think I did, but I don't remember. What is TCS doing? I know they won't sell to Canadian dealers. But they said NCE wouldn't do that either. Or the radio control, the Wi-Fi NCE or something maybe is what it was. I don't remember now. TCS. James is bad customer service regarding supporting LCC products. Is that what Jason's running LCC? Too bad you sound like a neat product I have. Yeah, you guys are talking way above my head with that stuff. You talking about the signals, Artie? Yeah, I appreciate that. Simplify that, man, and don't talk all weird, man. Talk American. American English, not Australian English. I can understand you. I'm just teasing you, man. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I never got breakfast this morning. I'll get some breakfast when I get off of this. Don't you still need the nodes to work? The stuff you wanted controlled by LCC. Yeah, I don't know. Again, can't help you with any of that stuff. On the U, on the UW1 T100, this time they have not been helpful. I think they just released everything too soon. Okay, I'm assuming it's some type of item for their system. So James, how's the basement construction coming? Are you getting closer to bench work? Or I know you said you're still planning the new layout. Are you planning the bench work around the layout, or are you planning the layout around the bench work? Like, is there a certain way you have to do the bench work, or do you have options, you know, that you can play with? Hey, plumber, good morning. I got the signals, I got the BD20s, get the AUI 10 or whatever that thing's called, AIU. You know what I mean, damn it. He's NC radio, but OBR is bringing it in when he can get it. Yeah. I think you said there was something about them not being able to sell the radio version of it or something in Canada, something to do with the laws or something up there. Or I don't remember what it was now. That's intended for a large, massive layout to stress out the DCC system. That's a good question. Maybe you already would know, or Jason. With the UTP panels, I'm having some issues with it. Should I be plugging those panels into like an outlet? Because they have that plug on the back. Should we plugging some of them in to help power? I don't know if that helps the signal or not. Remember the issue I'm having where I get so far down the line and then the signal's all janky. Let's see, he said that LCC command station, the UWT50, in my opinion, is not worth the cost. Okay. Again, man, I'll let you guys argue that out because I don't know anything about it. All right, what else we got on our mind? We got talking above all our heads. That's true. That's kind of true with anything, any of these systems. I think that's why NCE became so popular. I'm sure Digitrax has like an entry level as well. When I got in, it was around 120 to 150 bucks for the power cab. Bam, boom, a couple things, you hook it up, plug it in, and you're ready to run trains, pretty much. And now, I mean, I think it's closer to 200 or maybe a little more now because everything's gone up everywhere. But you might still be able to get a deal somewhere on them. So, that's a nice entry level system. And then you have the expanding options with the SP5 and the DB5s. And, I can only speak for NCE because that's what I run. And I don't even understand all of that. I know what I know with what I have. I know enough to get in trouble, is the way that saying goes. Actually, it's about 250 on the high end to get started. AIUO1, thanks. I always get that backwards. Okay, for 250, I can get a second MCU power cab, run my signals off a second DCC system. And again, I'm not familiar with it. I know it's supposed to be a good system, that LCC. Jason went all over to that, um, or is going to be using that. Other systems don't need AIUO1, just need BD20. Okay. Well, I have the main line and everything. I have all set up with the BD20s already and the AIUO1. So yeah, I mean, send me a link or something to that stuff so I can start looking at it. Is it just Atlas signal system? Type that in. My layout will be a bent dog bone with 30, 32, 20. Oh, that'd be nice. Nice big radiuses, man. I think my largest is probably around 32 on the end of the peninsula. I started out with the 28-inch sweepsticks. That's what everything else is, 28. I'm gonna have a couple 26s on some of the inside spurs and stuff. But on the peninsula, I laid out the 28, and then I just kind of formed it out. I didn't draw it out. I just kind of eyeballed it and went as wide as I can go comfortably. I'm going to say it's probably a good 32 in the peninsula. The peninsula at the widest is 68 across. I think I measured 68 or 65 across. I can't remember now. It's 68 inches at the end of the peninsula. So there you go. So the inside, because I have like a double main basically on the end of the peninsula. It's not really a main, the yard lead, but it looks like a double main. So the inside's probably more like a 28 or 30. Again, I just eyeballed it. Well, I know it's at least the 28 because I started with the 28 and then I went from there. Hey, Lynn McCurdy. Still wiping the sleep from eyes. Yeah, it's early for you guys over there. I'd say it'd be, 6:30? Power cab could do a small system that requires a computer to run it. As LCC is, you don't need a computer to run the layout. I have two layouts with LCC. So you're not gonna do like JMRI in that? It's all off the LCC. Is that how that works? $300 Canadian for NWT50 dealer cost. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Yeah, we kick our time back this week, Sunday. So it'll be dark when I go to work, dark when I get home, damn it. So, I mean, I'm way behind on the chat. Yeah. Sounds awful convenient. Drop the grandkids off for the bus at the grandpa's house. I don't know. I'm sure you enjoy it though, John. See the grandkids. I look forward to that eventually. I have a Digitrax Zephyr and a 4-block breaker board. Hopefully this will keep me going on a new layout. Sure. Listen, I could probably run this layout I have here off the power cab. I ran my other layout. I mean, it wasn't as big as this, but I just wouldn't be able to run as many trains because, let's say what 2 or 3 amp system. SP5 is 5 amps, but a couple things I need to go back and do, like I want to take on my yard tracks and put toggles on them so I can, shut them off. So if I had trains sitting there, they're not sitting there idling and stuff, things that I didn't think to do originally. Oh, yeah, that does make sense. And with your help and between you and Artie, I was trying to do that here. It just got to be where I was just spending so much money. I wasn't getting any real progress made, and I had a self-set deadline. I wanted to have trains up and running. So it I kind of got off track on that. I mean, I have all this, like I have the stuff for the most part, and most of it's in. I just never got to the point where I was hooking it up to like the JMRI and that. And then, like I said, this computer is just so over full. Like I need to clean all this stuff out of here and like just make it bare minimum. Only what has to be on here. No JMRI on here. So use this computer because it's still a good computer. It just like I said, I can't update it because it says I have no memory or whatever left every time I try to update. I've tried to erase like some videos and things. I think maybe I need to try to offload them onto, like I said, a memory stick, whatever those USB sticks, or something like that. I don't want to lose a lot of this stuff, but like it's just so there's no room in it. I can't even pull up half the pictures. Like it won't show the picture; it just shows like an icon. So it's just too much in here. 21 by 13, but yeah, that's right. We all do. The stuff I had to go through on this layout, Jim, uh, that I had to account for. Hey, Mike, how's it going, buddy? Um, uh, like there's an area I do need to go back and make sure I did what I had to do. I have to be able to access the one panel to get into the crawl space under my addition. So, I'm going to have to, when I lay track up there, I have to have gaps in the track so that I can remove that section if I ever have to get in there. Never had to get in there yet, but, as soon as you obstruct it, you're going to have to get in there. Same thing with the water pipe over here. Even though the water line was just replaced, because remember I had to replace the water line from the house to the road. What about when the hell did I do that? It's 22, so it had to be in 2019. 2019. Because let's see, my son graduated in 2020, left for the army, and he said, "Let me help you get this all squared away before I leave, Dad. Great kid." So we run it like a rototiller, and I let the dirt all sit for the winter and let things settle once they filled back in the hole. And then what is LLC? Thinking of incorporating in Nevada for no taxes. Oh man, I gotta tell you, that don't even sound good, Randall. I know you say it is. I would try it to say I did. I probably would like it, but being Italian and being raised by an Italian mother that could cook her ass off, man. And now my wife too. She's not Italian, but my mom taught her how to make the sauce and everything, and it's right there, man. And it's called a barbecue spaghetti. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, Twin Peaks has a bent dog bone, hard to explain to outsiders. One Digitrack on one corner, maybe. One Digitrack DCS50 for power and one corner, maybe a 20-inch curve. Okay. Mm-hmm. I like NCE. I mean, now granted, I haven't tried anything else, but I like my NCE. I'm happy with it. I did upgrade to the wireless Wi-Fi system. Not Wi-Fi, the wireless system. I know they do make an adapter type thing you can do for Wi-Fi, so you can run it off your phones and stuff, which I might actually look at that as well. I installed some of my UTP panels. I may not install any more of them. To be honest, I was having issues anyways, and I'm going to basically just go with the Wi-Fi and go that route with wireless throttles and stuff. So if people come over to operate, I have two throttles now. I might pick up a third one. I'll see how things go. Right now, it's just me, so because I don't want to start cutting off my fascia to put panels in and then not be able to use them anyways. I can't get it figured out. There we go, across the edge. And then I got all these holes and stuff in my panels. I mean, in my fascia. So, $5 for Eastern and what's GMT? Greenwich? No. Yeah, Mountain Time? Hardy. Yep, that could probably fix some of the obstacles. HDMMEC. Oh, duh. Sorry. I never look at the. I'll be honest with you, Lynn. I kind of stop at Lynn McCurdy. I never read the rest of it because I see it. I know your icon. I know your name, and that's it. So there you go. Yeah. Don't get don't let's not get started on that stuff. It's just so dumb. Oh, my entry power cam, smart booster, Wi-Fi tracks, Wi-Fi modular for Wi-Fi control from smart. Is that Wi-Fi tracks? Is that the one that is that from NCE? I know, or just compatible? Well, that's what I was talking about. Was I don't know if that was the exact name I was thinking, but it's something you can hook into um, control your iPhones and stuff from it, your throttles. Glad to talk with you. I have NC as well. Yeah, I was trying to get Jason to sell me all his NC stuff. He went on. Actually, this I don't. I got too many other things on the list of things I need to be buying things I don't need or that I want that I don't have to have at the moment, kind of thing, you know. Nah, that's not acceptable, man. Come on, wintertime is the time to be building. You got till you got till January. They were giving you till January, James, and it's time for bench work. Gives you January, February, March before we start to get in any kind of spring weather. Yeah, I think we should all agree on that. Well, I'll leave things kind of as is, Artie. If you ever do get over here, um, at that point, we'll get it running, and then I'll cut holes in the face here. Because I'd still like to have the option, you know, the guys that do come over maybe bring throttles that they need to plug in, and I have more options. I do have some panels in. Um, it's just the further I get down the line, the signal gets corrupted somehow, and I don't know what the deal is with it and what I'm doing wrong. That's what I was saying. I know the back of those UTP panels do have plugs in them to hook it into like a wall wart of some sort. I don't know if that would help push the signal along. You know what I mean? I think as I get further down the line, because I kind of have it set up in the beginning, then I'm just daisy chaining from there. And I mean, we've had this conversation. I've tried a couple things that just didn't seem to work. I think what it needs to be is you need to lay eyes on the system and really see what I'm doing. Oh, man, I'm so far behind. Portable hard drive, we come up for 1 terabyte, no videos across. Yeah. Well, somebody was even saying I should be doing, I think it might have been Tom Strange and things was talking about it the one night on his show about backing up all your YouTube videos and stuff. And I'm not even sure what to do for that. If YouTube ever deletes your channel or whatever, you lose all your videos because I don't keep the videos once I make them. They're uploaded onto YouTube. For the main fact that I make them all on my phone, I just don't have uh, space in there. Every time I go to save a new video to the phone so I can upload it, I just do it all through the phone. I probably could do it differently. Like I said, there's no room to download or to save the movie. So I end up having to delete a bunch of stuff. I guess I could. Here's the thing. Again, the computer has no room. The phone has no room, so I can't just move it. I end up deleting things, which sucks because I lost some good videos, that I had on the phone. Hey, Middleport Junction. Hello. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. The TTS is who makes the LCC system. Steve said if you're planning a layout from the start to use LCC, you do not need a DTC command station. You can get the TCS LCC system from the beginning. TCS tied to LCC with DCC, so the system controls the trains via DCC. Okay, Bernard, I'm sure you're already been going, but thanks for coming in. Appreciate it as always. Again, I'm telling you, I seriously did miss you guys last week. There you go, Marcy, great cook. Yeah, mine is not Italian. She's Irish and like Welsh and Scottish and all that mutt stuff over there in Europe there. Ah, across the pond. Well, thank you. What time is it over there? I got 9:54 here. I'll tell you what, James. I sent this in to NCE. It was what the hell did I pay? 100 and less than 120, $106 or something for them to convert my power cab into a wireless. So not a power cab anymore. You have to have the wireless antenna thingy. Can't think of the name of that right now off the top of my head. RB20 or RB something. It's not the repeater. You can get repeaters, but you have to have actually the wireless base station. Um, and I did when I had my power cab originally acted up on me way back when. I had this computer. Well, it wasn't this computer. I had the computer set up to the old layout with the USB interface, and I was able to run had JMRI hooked up to it. How well I was using it, I don't know. I didn't have like signals and all that set up. But I was able to use, because on JMRI you have a throttle on there. So I was able to actually use it. It wasn't as responsive as I would have liked, but it could have just been what I was doing. Um, while the power cab was, I had to send that back into NCE. And yeah, well, that's what I did. Basically, I mean, I have them around the layout. I have the plugins near activity yards. So my Quick River Co-op, I have a plug-in there directly across the peninsula, or the highway from it, where the CR&E yard is. I have a plug there. I have one down at the far end of the peninsula, and that's where I'm starting to have trouble. By the time it runs all that distance, I have one here. I don't know why I put one here, but I did. One behind me by the candy company. I figured if somebody's switching out that area, to plug in there. And at the top of the peninsula, I put one because I have the concrete company and it's, that up there, so you can do some switching there. I was going to come around the peninsula for the refinery. If I do the refinery, I don't know if I'm doing that now. Honestly, I don't want to build that kit. I go check out Middleport Junction, give them a look. Well, yeah, I mean, I was basically same as you. I was trying to put them strategically. So if somebody was working a yard, you have a throttle pocket, you have a plug-in, and a cup holder. That's my plan. So, and actually now with the other throttle, I'm going to have two kind. I have a throttle pocket for this, and it's a different kind of throttle pocket for the other Cab 06. So, and then what I'll do eventually is I'll have my card pockets for my card system and stuff like that. If I go that route. Huh, I'll tell you what, that's pretty ingenious. Um, I know, oh shit. Joe, what's the name of those that you use? I'm going to put them already subscribed to you, buddy. Make sure the bell is on. There we go. Okay. What's the name of that system? Oh, something frog something. Joe Raider. Yeah, I am so far behind. Yeah. plumber. I know, James. I'm just giving you a hard time, and I know you had a lot of other things that you wanted to get done in the house before you can even think about doing the trains. We're just all anxious for you, man, to get going. We're excited for you. Want to see things happen, living vicariously through your new layout. You know what I mean? So, just excited to see you get back up and running. Thank you, Bullfrog. So, Lynn, going back to what you were saying with the lawnmower cables, I think that Bullfrog system is kind of similar. Where you have like little knobs on the fascia, and I think you pull them in and out. I think it's how it works to switch to do or you turn them. You either turn them or you pull them. I don't know. I didn't use any when I was at Joe's. I didn't want to mess with his layout. I was just enjoying looking at it. I didn't want to start touching things, mess anything up. So yeah, I have to get up. I'll get with you. I think Jim, see a plumber. Yeah, absolutely. We all enjoy watching the new ones get built. Um, so, oh no shit. Wow. So I don't know if you guys realize or not, but my daughter works with me. She's a nurse as well. Work in the same unit, and she just texted me. She said, "I'm exempt from working a holiday this year." That's awesome. Well, shit, I've been there forever now. I feel like I'm like number 7 on the seniority board. I have like 30. How many damn nurses we got now? 35 or 40. So it's a good department, man. We don't actually we take 12 hours of call once a year on the set holiday that they observe. So we don't actually schedule actual crew. You come in if you're needed. So like I've been high enough that I've been able to get away from like Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that, not having to go in for that. I've been able to pick like the summer holidays, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July. So, but apparently, um, I'm exempt this year. Anyways, side note, thanks for listening to my rant. That's what I mean with this show, guys. It's trains. That's what I want to keep it as for the biggest part. But we get into other topics. I like to stay away from politics and stuff like that, just because you know what's the old saying? Religion, politics, you know, something else you don't talk about because it's the easiest way to start an argument or lose friends over. What is that? All right, let's get one thing straight, guys. Computers and Crooked Dave are like mortal enemies. I don't understand a whole lot about any of that. And you have to treat me with kid gloves when explaining that stuff. Randall, we have a deal now where we can't exceed 70 hours in a day as a truck drivers. If I get near or at 70 hours before they get prepared, he says I have to take a day off. Okay. And that's what we used to run when I was driving. Of course, back then we still had the old paper logbooks. St. Lazy Model World. Hello. Welcome in. Yes, no politics. Everything is so politically charged. I don't want it to really come into this. I mean, I have my opinions. We all do. But let's keep it to the things that we have in common and we mostly agree on model railroading. Or we could talk about railroading in general. I don't, have issues with that. This Dave was not making barbecue spaghetti. Guarantee you that. Artie, the son of a gun, yeah. Always got to start something. I mean, I agree, Jim. But some guys, I'm not. Look, this channel, this show is just guys sitting around shooting the shit. I would prefer to say about trains, things related to model railroading, even real trains. Sometimes it does creep into I guess, sort of the political realm because we're talking about, regulation, things like that, which in turn is involving government and so on and so forth. I just don't really want it to become all about, hey, this guy sucks and this guy's great and this policy and, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It just turns a lot of people off and I don't want to do that. I want to be as inclusive as I can. And I mean, if your feelings get hurt, they get hurt. We're all grown men and women. If we can't handle it, then, this isn't a safe zone. We're not snowflakes here. So it is I'm not trying to say that, but let's talk trains. Enough of that rant. And yes, we do tend to talk each other into buying things we don't want to buy, or we do want to buy, but we shouldn't buy. Hence the two Canadian Pacifics sitting here on my layout that I think I'm becoming Canadian now. I got Canadian Pacific, I got Canadian National, So I've done the same thing, Lynn. Done the same thing. Like I said, every now and then, okay, fine, things kind of, the longer you go on with the live stream, the more you run into things that to talk, or less things to talk about, or the subject kind of grows and expands. And, I get it. When it becomes a constant, all the time thing, yeah, I wonder if it's the same guy that I'm thinking of that you did that too, because there is one guy that almost always, and it gets to me, and we actually agree on a lot of the same politics. I just don't want to. I just don't want to talk politics, especially on here. Uh, yeah, it's exactly, Duane. Oh, hey, let me give a little. Speaking of Duane, Duane has been kind enough to agree to help the On Track Tuesday crew this month. There's 5 Tuesdays. So the 5th Tuesday, let me get the calendar up here because I'm brain dead and I can't think of dates, which would be the 29th of November. Correct me if I'm wrong, Duane. Duane will be hosting On Track Tuesday on his channel. So circle that date and please pop in on that Tuesday and help support Duane and the On Track Tuesday crew because he's going to help us out. Yeah, and that's CSX, Vikram CSX. That's how I justify it, I think, buying some of these other railroads. CSX. That's who I run. However, I do like the other railroads. I like seeing them. So I do have some BNSF. I have a couple of UP. Now I have some CP and CN. The only thing I don't really have here is Norfolk Southern. I got a dummy locomotive in Norfolk Southern. So, uh-oh. Uh-oh. So yeah, I mean, but I think because I've seen them around Ohio, and that's where I'm modeling. I've seen them on other, CSX trains, Norfolk Southern trains. I've seen them by themselves. So okay. I'll pick up a couple here and there. So it's trains. And I've said from the beginning, I'm kind of proto Lance, anyways. If I like it and I want to run it, I'm going to run it. Well, Scout Trains has just been putting out slowly with the runs of those ES44s. They just did a bunch of Heritage. I think they did some in the last run too from NS. So eventually, I think the goal is appearing to be like they're going to run the whole series of the Norfolk Southern Heritage units, is what I'm thinking. Good man, good man. See, I'm paying it forward. I'm getting some Canadian stuff. We gotta get some CSX stuff now. Of course, you don't really run the Canadian National and that. You're a little older. Crap, what's the name of that road you run, James? I swear to God, I'm brain dead. Thank you, John, for putting it up there. And yeah, they are getting more and more ridiculous on the price, and just like everything, see, that's what I mean. We're running into this is inadvertently going into somewhat of a political realm, but not really, but kinda. The inflation and prices and everything going up. And that was even happening before um, this last couple of years. Things have been slowly and surely going up. Yeah, you guys still ain't showed up to help you, huh? I appreciate that. Definitely, all you guys, if you're not subscribed to Middleport Junction or any of the other people in the channel or in the chat here, if you know, go check out the channels. If you like what you see, subscribe, watch a video or two, hit the like button, leave a comment. This way the subscription sticks and it's not just a bot. TH&B, thank you, James. Um, yeah, and I thought about getting into like those heritage units and stuff, but there's what 20 of them or 19 of them or something. So I don't run NS really, but I do like the heritage stuff. I think it's kind of cool. I do have the CSX Spirit units. If CSX or Scale Trains doesn't make SD70s at this point, but I think that new Operation Lifesaver CSX unit they just put out, CSX just painted. I believe it's some form of SD70. I would definitely pick that up, especially if Scale Trains was ever to make it. Um, I would love it if CSX would finally get off their ass and do heritage units. Because I think, depending on what model they use, I'm 100% sure Scale Trains would make them if they have the mold already. My wife keeps telling me I should, and I should do it because she says to, because she likes the horse. So she says she get a couple of NS horse units, horse head units. I don't know. I've thought about it, but kind of like I'd kind of like wait until either Scale Trains brings out the XMTH SD70 Ace, or after it eventually does those schemes for the SD70 ACE. And the SDGVOs, I just like the Illinois terminal. I like EMD. Just, modern day, you see mostly GVOs anymore. I feel like, at least CSX, I feel like runs mainly GVOs. Of course, they did don't know, about a year ago or something, just repaint some SD70s, just in the brand new CSX, nice shiny paint. Is that what you have, the 4040? The SD 40-3, 4040 first? What site is that, Artie? Yeah. Well, I think this Canadian Pacific, if I'm not mistaken, runs from Canada to Florida. So I think it runs through Astoria, which is in Ohio. So I mean, I could justify because I'm going through the run I'm running is a Willard sub, runs out across like middle Ohio, out through not Bellevue, Deshler. Right outside of Deshler is where the intermodal yard is that I'm modeling, which is the Baltimore sub, or Baltimore intermodal yard, North Baltimore intermodal yard. Okay, Lee, thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, no doubt. Well, the thing with it is, Artie, especially like I know like scale trainings for sure. You guys all know I'm a fan. I do most everything you get from them is pre-ordered, so that's the nice thing. They are making those AC 4400s, I think is where they are, and they're making them in the CSX YN2 scheme, the gray and yellow, which is my favorite of their schemes. So, and it's you still do see some of them running around. So, I pre-ordered a couple of those for I think they come out next summer or something, next summer or fall. So that's the thing. I mean, you can pre-order something and have a rough estimate of when it's coming in, and then slowly save up the money, and that's what I usually end up doing. So when you do see me getting new locomotives, I've saved up for those locomotives over the course of 3 to 6 months while they're in production. So you still got to watch, and then something will come up and you want to buy it. So it's kind of hard to keep that money earmarked. Yeah, I have, and I'm gonna wait and see what Scale Trains comes out with for Steam. They do start doing some of the MTH stuff. I want to get that nickel plate 765. The only one I've seen, I know Bachman makes it. I didn't know that I really wanted to go with a Bachman on it. So I'm kind of waiting to see who else makes it. I'm sure BLI makes it, but I keep going back and forth with like BLI, and some people say that, they're not that great. I know MTH, same thing there. I'm hoping Scale Trains will upgrade them. MTH had nice molds, they had nice details. We haven't really talked poorly about their electronics. And we've had this conversation, and I don't necessarily want to go down that. Jim says if every stuff's fine, the price will come down. I doubt it. First of all, you're not going to get guys to quit buying. Guys are going to buy. We're all stupid. We all buy. They're not going to lower the prices. I highly doubt it. I mean, everybody, literally everybody would have to say, I'm not buying a damn thing, and nothing sells. And then they'll have to discount it. But I don't see that happening. I mean, in theory, you're right. In theory. In practice, it's not going to happen. What's that? What's that, Randall? Uh, I've got some deals on Macari, um, eBay too. You got to watch, man. There's actual dealers on eBay you can buy from Iron Planets on eBay, but I think if Heath's doing here, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't get the discount, Heath's discount if you buy off of eBay. I don't think you have to actually go on Iron Planet Hobbies to get the 10% discount. But there are dealers on there. I've bought off of the actual dealers. You got to watch when you buy from people on those sites because you got to take their word on it. If you buy from an actual hobby shop that deals on eBay, Iron Planet, Yankee Dabbler, use my 5% code, CR&E. CR, the and sign and the letter E, 5%. I don't know if you could use that online on eBay either. You have to go on their actual site, their actual website for that. And that's true. And that's what you can still buy them DCC ready. You can buy like Scale Trains has the Operator series, which is DCC and sound. You can get it, and they're less. They're still expensive, but they have less details. So if you're not into all the extra pieces, parts, and details, there's still more detail than some of the other brands. But it's still going to be costly. You're still looking at a couple $100 roughly for DCC and sound. But it's better than 300. I mean, even Scale Trains is pushing 300 for everything now. It's ridiculous. That was one of their biggest selling points, was their lower cost. And now even they're up there. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of getting to be like that too. I was trying to stay more, just one railroad or just more to what I see. And, the more I see around me, the more I want. Yeah, I'm justifying adding it in, I guess. When I went, God, it's been 2 summers ago now, huh? When I was with Pappy and my buddy Justin out to Deschler, we saw everything that day, other than KCS. I didn't see. Union Pacific was running through there, Norfolk Southern, CS between Deschler, and then we went down to Fostoria too. So between those two places, they're both in Ohio. Norfolk Southern, Union Pacific, Burlington Northern, Santa Fe, CSX, of course, Canadian Pacific we saw, Canadian National we saw, so all 6. The only one we didn't see was KCS that day. So I was like, oh, floodgates are open now, buddy. And the Scale Trains does have them right now in stock. Well, they came out with the last run of ES44s that just got delivered a couple weeks ago. Whether they actually have any more in stock, I don't know. I don't know how soon they'll do another run of those. This will be the second run they've done on them. So if they don't have them, you might have to look at other sources. Check the hobby stores. A lot of times they have them on their sites. Let's see who's NYC locomotives are we talking about here? I just got off on a tangent and I'm way behind on this chat. Fast forward. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I like CSX. I got into CSX because originally I was into the Baltimore, Ohio, and then moved up into Chessie system. I still have some of that stuff. C&O, B&O, Chessie. Uh, in Western Maryland, I have is Chessie that has the Western Maryland on it. But then I decided I like modern more so than the older stuff. But I still have it because I do want to run it from time to time. It might look a little odd running on a modern layout, but it's one of those things that do you sell it? Do you keep it? I sold some stuff, kind of regretting it. I sold my Western Maryland circus paint. I sold it to a good guy. He'll show me video every once in a while. I'm glad he has it. He really enjoys it, and I was able to, you know, help him out. So I don't regret it for that reason. But I wasn't running them. Was never a big Western Maryland guy. I just got them because it was kind of part of Chessie system and had a great deal on them, and they looked cool. And but to sell that stuff off, to rebuy it would cost me an arm and a leg if you can even find it. So it's kind of one of those deals where my two B&O F7s are Bachmans. They're the first two I got when I got back into this. They were DCC ready. They're non-sound. Someday I will probably upgrade them if I can. But I run my excursion train with that. That's why I want to get that nickel plate. Because I've ridden that train here in, when I do the Steam in the Valley here in Ohio, Cleveland. So I thought that'd be a cool one to get. Plus nickel plate ran through here back in the day. So now then I'll swap that out with the diesels. Kind of maybe run the diesels one way and the steam the other way, kind of how they do. But it's a nice looking train. I ought to do a video of it. There's some old video on my channel of them running. I don't have a lot of cars. I have like 4 passenger cars for it, Baltimore, Ohio. The 2 of my nicer ones are Bachmann Spectrum passenger cars. The other 2 are just like after Blue Box. They're not as nice looking, but that's okay. And my 2 B units are actually dummy Blue Box B units that I matched in with the 2 Bachmann F units. Way off on a tangent. Sorry, guys. But like my C&O GP38s, I think they are. Those are non-sound Atlas units. I have a scale trains chassis. I have a after and ready to run non-sound chassis Western Maryland. Long way of telling you guys that's how I got into CSX because I just kind of went down the line and continued on to modern day, which is chassis system, CSX, chassis system. Again, in theory, it is getting harder for new modelers to come in that are limited financially. The younger guys. Oh, nice. Okay, Lynn, do you have Broadway Limited Steam now? Forgive me if I should know and I don't. Yeah, absolutely. And it is. Everything is going on. Yeah, I prefer HO too. Availability, number one. Although N scale is getting more and more popular, and a lot of companies are offering like similar items in HO and N. So I think the options have gotten greater for N scale than they used to be. I think HO is still the most popular. I think most things are offered. Yeah, yeah. That's N scale. Randall, you saw there? Oh, okay. Sorry, man. I'm so far behind on the chat. I can't keep up, man. Uh, so mainline hobby, he guys are giving you some ideas. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's reasonable. You could do a reasonable layout in a reasonable amount of space. N scale is, obviously you're going to get more bang for your buck for space needs if you have limited space. Wow. That could be two. Middleport Junction, thank you for coming in. Always welcome anytime you want. Come in. Hopefully, everybody checks your channel out. Um, Again, thank you. Good to have you in. Yeah, it sounds like Hobby Town. I swear that's all they sell anymore is RC. Very, very limited on the HO. I mean, there's deals to be had out there. Hey, Scott, the railroad. Just got to look for them, and again, I know somebody said it somewhere before that you got to be careful on eBay and that. You know, I'll never understand how people will bid on something right out of the gate. You've got 6 days left, and all they do is run the price up on the damn thing. But yeah, Scott, how you doing, man? How you feeling? Randall, I love both of these shops. I bought from both of them. Lombard, that's some great deals on them. And they did have like a standard flat shipping rate. I mean, it was like 13 or 14 bucks, but it didn't matter. Of course, I buy from my sponsor, Yankee Dabbler. Um, that was kind of cool to go to the shop when I was out there visiting Anthony. We got to go down and we drove the 3 hours or whatever it was. So it took longer than that, but in theory, as the crow flies, if there was no traffic, I think it was about a 3 hour drive. But oh my God, the traffic! I don't know how you guys live over there. I'd lose my mind. But yeah, it was kind of cool to go and see the shop and picked up a couple items. So met a couple of the guys in there. Um, Boxcar Jerry, he met us over there, and that was kind of fun. But I do like Lombard a lot. Most of my 60-foot boxcars I bought from them. I bought some of my intermodal stuff from them too. I've definitely gotten stuff from Midwest. Um, Spring Creek's another good one. I think they're in Nebraska, maybe. Like they were at the show up in uh, Korea, October 2nd when I was there. They had a booth there. They've been there the past few years. Picked up a couple of things from them while they were there. Doing good. Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah, but you save on shipping. A couple hours, you're just going to spend less in gas, even at today's gas prices. probably than you would in shipping. Plus, yeah, you get to go there, you get to touch it, feel it, see if you really want it. Maybe find a couple other things that you really want, or you didn't know you wanted, but you do. Oh, how are you gonna do that? Watching a sale, eBay sale. I've never tried Fight for Hobby. Is he mostly N scale, or does he sell? I think he sells like car kits and stuff like that too. Yeah, that's cool. I got a lot of my tortoises off of there, and most people on there are good people. Let me just say that. One of the items I bought from this guy did not work. He, they were marked as used and stuff, but I contacted him and he refunded me part of my money. I said, you don't have to do that. I was just asking if you had any issues with it, or was I doing something wrong with it? Was it, you know, I can't remember what it was exactly. It wound up in a UTP panel. I sent it into NCE. Some of the pins were bent inside the panel, and contacted the guy, the eBay seller, and I said, let me give you the money back for it. It was not a big deal. It was a simple fix, blah, blah, blah. He refused. So I made sure I went back to his shop and I actually bought another couple panels that he had for sale just because the guy was standing up about it. He didn't realize that it was an issue with it. He didn't have to refund me any money. Like, I didn't want the money. But you got to watch the sellers, watch their ratings and stuff. Exactly. Watch the ratings of the sellers. You'll see how many complaints and things like that. Most sellers will say, contact me first. Give me the chance to make it right before you go give them a negative comment. Because if you're a seller on eBay and you're somebody that sells all the time, you don't want those negative comments because then, you get enough of them and guys are not going to buy from you. So, I have not heard of Junior Junction. Junior Junction. I mean, it already depends how far you got to travel. You know. Hey, Corey, I didn't see you in here. Welcome. Sorry if I missed you earlier and didn't say hi. Or if I did say hi, I don't remember saying hi, and it's just me being old. Yeah, I look at lots sometimes, even like building kits and stuff like that. I may not want everything in the lot, but there might be a couple in there that if you could get it for the right price, it's well worth it. Even if you don't use everything in there, you could always, you know, sell what you don't use, or pass it on to somebody that can use it. Yeah, Artie, you got to get over here, man. Move to the States. Okay. Good. I feel bad because I would have definitely felt bad if I didn't say hi and you've been here the whole time. But honestly, hate to tell you, I know you just got here, but I need to get off of here and get some work done. Damn trees keep dropping leaves, and I'd like to get some stuff done. I'm off until Monday now, a long weekend, and I want to finish up here with at least get a little further on this upper level bench work I'm trying to finish. Maybe get some wiring ran, stuff like that. Trying to make some progress since I have some time to do it. I got to get together some of the stuff I'm selling at the show Saturday. I got to get it marked and all that stuff. Um, anyways, definitely remember Duane is doing the show on the 29th, on Track Tuesday. I see tonight you have Jim Tedesco. You're doing your show, I'm assuming, Short Line Thursday, 6 p.m. Not sure what Canadian is on at 8. Check the Third Rail Thursday, guys. 8 o'clock. If any of you guys know, throw that up there. Hardy has his Sunday show on, excuse me, Saturday night here, 8 p.m. I guess it's Sunday for him. 8 p.m. Saturdays on Hardy's channel, Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Yeah, bummer, John. Well, you know what? How long is your recovery? You know, be better by the holidays and everything? Things be healed up enough? Uh, that stinks, man. Did you get it sorted, though? I mean, is everything good to go so you can actually come over? I know you talked about being up there for Amherst. At least get to see you anyhow, I hope. Um, there's already started Sidetrack Sunday. A couple months. Okay. Check the Sidetrack Sunday guys out. Monday you got Trackside Mike and James on Monday nights. Tuesday's on Track Tuesday. You got Tony this coming week on Tuesday. Redbird Tony. And back to Wednesday, you got Derail Daryl, 8 p.m. on Wednesday. With me, Cab Crew Wednesdays. AJ's been busy with school. I haven't seen AJ around. I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, that's another reason I got to get off. I got to catch my son. He wants me to give him a call today. So, just to shoot the shit. So, oh, yeah. I don't usually remember it because I'm working on Fridays normally. What time is that on, Lynn? Steve's got a good channel, man. He's got a nice layout there, man. I don't get to catch him often, but let me see, Retirement Railroad. That's a great name for it, too. John, you're going to be bionic, man. Either than the rotator repair or the knee replacements. Oh, you still are waiting for a day. 8:30 there, so you're Pacific, so it would be 9, 10, 11:30 here. You 3 hours behind me? Yep, there you go. Thanks. All right. Somebody shoot me a damn reminder. I'm going to go on there and see if I can look them up and get a reminder. Let me see. YouTube. Search. Let me stop it. Is this channel under Retirement Railroad or is it under Steve Childers? funny. Hey, Mystic. I'm just getting ready to get off here. Ouch. Ah, there it is. The retirement road. That's why I couldn't find it. I'm subscribed to them. Notification. Videos. How do you look for upcoming? I'm going to try to make it a point to get in there tomorrow. I don't know if I will or not. I don't know what I got going on for sure, but all right, guys. Anyways, I'm just kind of rambling. We'll see you guys tonight. Yeah. See you 6 p.m. Eastern on Jim's channel, Jim Tedesco. Shortline Thursday. And Bernard, I'm getting off here, man. I got to get some stuff done. So I'm going to give my son a call. I got to text him first to see if he's available, but he wanted to tell me about it. He had a 4-day pass. He went into Budapest last weekend. Sounded like he had a good time. He wants to fill me in. So, anyhow, already sent me some links on those signals, the signaling system and everything. Damn it. All right. We'll see you all later on Jim's channel. Take care, guys. Thanks for stopping in. It's great to be back. I missed you guys. And we'll have to think about what we're going to do on Thanksgiving. I don't know if maybe I'll just go on more in the evening or something. I don't know. We'll see. I probably could do Thanksgiving morning, but I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble with the boss. You know what I mean? So I'll try to figure something out on that. That'll be kind of an impromptu thing. More to come as we get closer to Thanksgiving. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.